Allah Imla, Alhaina Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach Wamalaki Bahashim Harwa Bakakurash, Barakatham, the water Bible Baba Kwam Yasharala. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach us daily. To the men out there teaching likewise doctrine, I say you shalom. Forgive my voice, it's kind of early in the morning, but I want to go ahead and knock this out. This video gonna be about the reality of America and our people and their mind state in America. Y'all, you Israelites in America, y'all still comfortable. Y'all still naive. Y'all still blind to the fact that America's about to be destroyed, or you don't want to accept it. Well, you don't have a choice, because this country is set to be destroyed. Matter of fact, every empire lasts up to 250 years. And this year, July 4th, 2026, the United States will reach its 250th anniversary. So this place is due for destruction. And it's the Lord's will. Now, for all you Israelites out there denying your true identity, you still want to be black, you still want Esau to make it, you still want Babylon to continue, guess what? You're going to be one of the first the Lord destroys. Because by default, you are against his kingdom coming into rulership. Now, I got a video with this Eve, and she's starting to see the reality of everything. And if a lot of you Israelites out there are in this same mind state, y'all better wake up quick, because y'all ain't got that much time. Now, before I get this video, I want to read this copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Let's get the video. The name of this video is Babylon the Great is in Big Trouble.
You know, I don't care what nobody say. It ain't looking good for the United States. Motherfucker, everybody about to just nuke us.
This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, an evil and only evil, behold, is come.
At once fooling with these motherfucking top 1%ers.
Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 6. The end is come, the end is come. It watcheth for thee, behold, it is come.
Motherfuckers is about this. It ain't looking good for us, man. And as citizens, what are we gonna do? This ain't a black thing, a white thing. This is classism war, y'all. The top 1% are trying to kill us. Like, it's weird because in one ways they want us to stay alive and procreate, but we can't forward kids. And then the other hand, they're like, well, we gonna take their health care away so they die. I mean, damned if you do, damned if you don't in this motherfucker. But us sitting here and not collectively shutting this system down, it's crazy to me. We got to stop movement. You got other people on Twitter talking about, well, what if we do that to y'all? These top 1% that run the world, and I'm not even speaking on Trump. Trump is a puppet about to get everybody killed while they go hide and run in their bunkers. That's what's crazy about when you really think about it. Use your critical thinking skills. These motherfuckers are in control of the military to go steal. And they are using your bodies, your fathers, your sons, your daughters, to go steal resources, colonizing basically. And then even in the military, they don't treat our military veterans right. The shit that they got to do to get benefits, and they don't even take care of our military properly, especially if anything happened to them. Oh, you just get some stickers and some patches. Y'all don't treat them right. And then when they come back, they have all these issues, and then they're out on the street. There should be free apartments and homes for our military. Free health care for them.
I want to chime in on that. And she's right. Because the United States has a facade going on about how military personnel is so honorable. You know, they hold them to the highest esteem, you know. But then again, that esteem is erased by Trump's actions, because the whole world's under the facade that the American military was the world's police. Well, at least the Americans were under this impression, but the rest of the world knew what time it was with the American military. They have always been doing what they are doing now. And the reason that they don't take care of the veterans is because the veterans that they messed over, they don't want them to rise up in rebellion, so they keep them low, keep them, in a low state, so they can't rise to power and overturn the government out of vengeance. You see what I'm saying? And she's right about your family members, because all your family members are nothing more now than pirates, thieves, and murderers in uniform. This is your United States military. Pirates, thieves, and murderers in uniform. Let's go.
You don't even treat them right, and then you convincing other people to join to protect your land, stolen land that you stole for black people that you still keep lying about. Mm-hmm. Trump told y'all, and this is the thing, Trump told y'all, and I'm not a Trump fan, and I'm gonna keep saying this, that the Indians that he saw do not look like any Indians. And if you go and research some of those chiefs, those are white men.
She's right. Y'all remember, if y'all don't remember the $5 Indian, look that up. That's a whole nother lesson, but look it up, the $5 Indian. What they did was they was offering land to so-called Indians, but a whole bunch of Edomites claimed to be Indians just so they can get land for the low. Let's go.
That's what he was talking about. Not copper color. These are white men. They have continued to lie, manipulate the American citizens. And what are we going to do? Because we are running out of time. We going to look up, and if Russia and China join together and start sending shit over here, we screw. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to go run and hide in those bunkers that they have. They're going to take their families. They're going to sit back with a satellite and their TVs and just watch the American citizens die because the shit they trying to steal. When you look at everything that's going on in the world, everybody is turning on us. The bully done too much and will not stay in his lane. He keep coming, and it ain't looking good. We gonna have to flip. Everybody, black, white, turtle, military. If the military do not flip, by the time we look up by the end of the year, we gonna be screwed. Motherfuckers need to get their head out their ass. We gonna have to stop everybody as a collective. We are all getting screwed. Jobs, layoff. Schools are shutting down. Daycares is about to start shutting down. And we're sitting here trying to talk to the top 1%, and they don't give a fuck. They don't care. As long as they pockets is fat, they don't care. They are draining us mentally, physically, and spiritually. Remember, they can freeze everybody's bank account if they wanted to. See, they got 10 years worth of food storages. Bill Gates got all the farm seeds. Look how many have bought land in other countries and houses. If we don't do something, we're gonna be cooked. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not trying to be nobody's slave more than I am. And we already got Project Esther that they've been talking about. That y'all thought Project 2025 was, oh, that's fake. That ain't real. Conspiracy theorists, critical thinkers been telling y'all that the shit is up. They activating everything. They undoing everything. We gotta get, white women gotta have babies. Like, all this is in the plan. And y'all sitting here still thinking that we could talk to these people. We gonna have to be about action in 2026. Enough talking, enough marching. This shit, like, I'm to a point where it's like, I hate coming on fucking TikTok now, because every time I do, it's bad fucking news. Like, goddamn, what happened to the fun shit 3-4 years ago? Now, just getting worse and worse. They over there stealing again. And then they want your kids to go over there and fight. Like, the shit's fucked up.
Yep, she's absolutely right. A lot of y'all gonna wake up, but by the time a lot of y'all wake up to what's really going on, it's gonna be too late for all of y'all, because the doors of mercy will be closed, and that's when judgment goes out on an unmistakably high level. You ain't gonna misinterpret this. This round of judgment that's going out, it's not gonna be mistaken for coincidence and all. This is judgment. Now let's get some scriptures. We can start out in Revelation chapter 18. And we can start at verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become a habitation of devils, and the whole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. It's talking about America. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive none of her plagues. This is talking to Israelites. Y'all better wake up, come back to your true power if you want to get out of here in one piece. Because the true Lord and Savior, Yahweh Hashem Shai, is not sending no chariot to save no Jesus worshipers. This is what y'all got to understand. You got to come out of that spiritual adultery, worshiping other gods, to come back to your true power if you are Israelite, or you are dead. Verse 5, for her sins have reached into heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities. Reward her as she has rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she have filled to her double. That's that judgment. Destruction. It's the Lord's will to destroy this place. So you think you're gonna overpower the Lord's will by worshiping a white man, by worshiping Jesus? No, you're gonna get put down like the rest of them, the rest of the pagans. Verse 7. how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. See, this is the pride of Edom. They think they always gonna be on top. Verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall utterly be burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. See? And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. The United States going to be on nuclear fire. Standing afar for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city, in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thine thin wood and all manner vessels of ivory and all manner vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which are dainty and goodly are departed from thee. Thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of all these things, which were made rich by her, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, alas, alas, that great city was clothed with fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off. See, these are the navies gonna be out there on the seas watching this country burn after it gets nuked. Let's keep going. Verse 18, and cried when she saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all had ships in the sea by reason of her coastlines. Costliness, Salaki. For in 1 hour she made desolate. That's all it's gonna take to destroy America. 1 hour. Because in 1 hour, America is gonna receive, and this is no exaggeration, America is gonna receive 200 million nukes. And that is very possible because China has missiles that carry multiple warheads, and so does Russia, meaning one rocket can deliver up to 10 or more nuclear warheads. Matter of fact, China got a missile called a 6+1. This thing can carry 6 warheads and 1 hydrogen bomb. Yeah, this is no exaggeration, and this is not a game. Verse 20, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh hath avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall no more be found, no more at all. Y'all ain't coming back into power. Verse 22, and the voice of harpers and musicians and all pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more in all in thee. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were the nations deceived. Exactly. All that line. Verse 24. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. That's the whole chapter, Revelation 18, right there. Y'all think it's a game. Now let's go to Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. For the second war is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. Woe means war or destruction. Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery, and the prey departeth not. Verse 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. You're right, because they sell people, they sell kids through adoption agencies. That's just a front. Because I don't care how much paperwork you fill out, you ain't getting no child unless you pay that adoption fee. And there's a couple of judges that got caught selling people. Matter of fact, a lot of states are being sued by private prison owners for not providing enough bodies. See, it's all a game to these people, but it ain't gonna be no game when they go into captivity. Nahum chapter 3, verse 5, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and set thee as a gazing stock. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 12, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establish a city by iniquity. That's how the United States was established. Rape, rob, murder, pillage, theft, and lying about it all. Zechariah chapter 2, verse 7, deliver thyself, O Zion, Israelites, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. Y'all better get y'all mind and y'all spirit right, because you're running out of time. Verse 8, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, after the glory he sent me unto the nations with spoil you, for he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. We are his chosen. They can't change that. That's why they mad. They'll be all right. Captivity gonna fix all that. Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldees, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Isaiah chapter 47, verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. He coming back as a power with all the chariots and all the angels. Isaiah chapter 63, verse 4. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. Redeem means revenge. Isaiah chapter 47, verse 4. As for our Redeemer, the Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Verse 5. Sit thou silent, and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldees, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. Verse 6. I was wroth with my people, I have polluted mine inheritance, and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show no mercy upon the ancient, which thou hast heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thine heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Esau always think he's gonna be on top. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. You notice all these secrets are being exposed on the world stage. It's it for the United States. Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Psalm chapter 64, verse 8. So all they, Salaki, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Don't nobody want to deal with the United States, but they can't be trusted. They have proven this. How many times the United States cannot be trusted? But you Americans, you Babylonians, you pagans, y'all, for some reason, especially MAGA, y'all still trust these liars, these murderers, these thieves. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7, and Yahweh will put all these curses upon your enemies and on them that hate you, which persecuted you. That's why they sit in their cars crying, making videos. We ain't doing that. And they wondering why. Because the Lord taking the curses off of us and putting them on you. Your mind, your spirits are being plagued right now. And the curses ain't even kicked in the full gear yet. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Now it's time for judgment. And this is right here. This is the reason why they so shocked that everything is suddenly taking a turn for the worst. Psalm chapter 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Psalm chapter 10, verse 6. He have said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall not be and I shall never be in adversity. They think they're always going to be on top. But when the Lord starts forcing them back to the bottom where they came from, Esau got a problem with that because he's been on top for so long. But guess what? You're going to have plenty of time to adjust, to readjust to being at the bottom. You're going to have 1,000 years to adjust. Yep, this right here is a characteristic of Esau. Psalms chapter 55, verse 20. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant, even with NATO territories now. Now he's talking about taking Greenland. And you know how Greenland responded? They responded, if any invading force steps foot on Greenland, they have orders to shoot first and ask questions later. They busting on sight. Even if a command hasn't been given to fire, they are ordered to fire, even if nobody gives it. That's what Maduro should have been on. He underestimated his enemy. But see, like I said, this is the language you got to speak for these people to understand you. They don't understand the language of peace. They don't want peace. You got to speak the language. You got to speak their language, the language of war, something that they understand. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 59. I'm going to show you. They don't want peace because they don't know what it is. They never learn how to live and let live. They always been on the same shit they on now. Rape, rob, murder, pillage, take other people's shit, and lie about it all. Now he talking about he finna bomb Mexico. See, I told y'all why this man is doing this. What is the easiest way to depopulate a planet? Start a world war. They don't care how it starts. They just need a world war. So they just going around fucking with everybody. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 3. For your hands are defiled with blood. For your hands are defiled with blood, and your fingers with iniquity, and your lips have spoken lies. Your tongue have murdered perverseness. None calleth for justice, nor any pleaded for truth. They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. Verse 6, their web shall not become garments, and neither shall they cover themselves with their works. Their works are works of iniquity, and the act of violence is in their hands. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. See? Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity, wasting and destruction are in their paths. The way of peace they know not. That's why all these peace talks are failing. And if they do agree, they lying at the table only to renege later on. The way of peace they know not, and there is no judgment in their goings. They have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. Everybody who deals with the United States ends up regretting it because these people are born covenant breakers, born liars. Isaiah, Salakia, what is the script? Psalm chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. They're born liars. So that's their game plan. They need a war for global depopulation. They don't care how it starts. They just gonna start fucking with people till somebody starts shooting. And that time is coming very, very soon. See, we get a few more. We can close. These are perfect. Let's get these. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 12. If a ruler hearkens to lies, all his servants are wicked. Everybody in the White House. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child. Woe means destruction. Sirach chapter 27, verse 24. I have hated many things, but nothing like him. For the Lord Yahweh will hate him. It's talking about Esau. That's for all you Christians trying to save Esau. The only way you're gonna save him, you're gonna have to jump in front of when the chariots start busting at him. You're gonna have to take the shot for him. And even then, that shot might go through both of y'all. So you died in vain for an Edomite that was destined to be destroyed anyway. Dummies. This is why they do this. They never been judged. Their judgment is coming though. Sirach chapter 8, Salaki, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the hearts of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. See, they think they just gonna keep getting away with shit because they haven't been punished yet. That day is coming real soon. Verse 13. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before Yahweh. And we'll end with this. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Esau he's smart enough to put his own self in captivity. So all these movies they make about the future, about them being in space and on other planets, that is not going to happen. Number one, you never left this planet, not even going to the moon. You never been to the moon. You ain't leaving this planet. You only had 3 reasons that you were created: to punish us, to destroy your own kingdom, and to rebuild ours for free. Those were the only three reasons you were even created. And after your 1,000 years of captivity of rebuilding our kingdom for free, the Lord is going to round you up and exterminate the whole nation. Let's end it on that, Obadiah. This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau a stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. There shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. Those were the only three reasons you even exist. And you wasted that time trying to be us. Dumbasses. Call Allah Yumlala, Hi now Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Amashiach Wamalaki by Hashem Harwap Kakorash Barakathum. The water by Babal Wakwam Yasharala. Shalom.